Power Ponies, everyone.
That was a good one.
We gotta look into the comic books.
Flutter Hulk!
So there is fiction.
There is. The comic books were great. Of course, they had to add some magic to it, which was I have no complaints about.
Oh, another thing I liked is when they were in the comic, I just noticed it on this watch through, was that all the backgrounds were in the comic book style.
Yeah, I picked that up. That was pretty awesome. Let's talk about the heroes, though.
Alrighty. Pinkie Pie was clearly just typical speedster.
She was, what was her name? Philly Second?
Philly Second. Then we have Rainbow Dash, who was Storm, pretty much.
Don't remember her name.
Yeah, I can't remember it off the top of my head either.
Rarity was pretty much the Green Lantern.
Yeah. Radiance.
Yeah.
Twilight was the Masked Matterhorn.
And she was basically an alicorn.
What superhero shot ice beams?
Iceman.
Iceman? Because that really was the only thing that she actually used.
And she can
Ice
fly.
beams.
That's also useful.
Yeah, she generally must use ice beams, though.
Oh, God, who are we missing? What was Applejack again? Like, Applejack's just so
Applejack was-
forgettable.
She was the Batman Wonder Woman mix.
She's still forgettable.
With the lasso.
Yeah. And then we have, of course... Who are we missing?
Flutter Hulk.
Yes! That was awesome.
Yes.
Flutter Hulk. We get to see Flutter, assertive
You
Fluttershy
said that
come back
meme
again.
and I just had to ruin it for you, didn't I?
Isn't this like the fourth time I've come up with something I thought was my own and it turns out to have been a meme forever?
What can I say? The fandom loves puns.
Yeah.
Horse puns are the glue that keep this fandom together.
Because glue's made of horses. Yeah, I enjoyed this episode. Definitely put it in my top tier. The villain was a little ridiculous, but not in an unenjoyable way.
Oh, it's the comic book, dude.
It's a mixture of the Joker, Doc Ock, and who did you say?
Sedusa from the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. I mean, she wasn't unenjoyable. She was fun.
Doc Ock in the way she talked, the Joker in the personality, and Sedusa with the particular fact that it was her hair.
Well, the hair is also Doc Ock, because she used it the way Doc Ock used his arms.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said in movement.
Yeah.
In movement and, like, basic function externally. But power-wise, it's Sedusa from the Powerpuff Girls, hands down.
Yeah, I can see how that came up.
Well, there's Lord Faust's influence, I guess, still...
You know, actually, I'm going to take away something.
Somewhere in here.
Let's take away the Batman thing from, what's her name? Seriously, I cannot remember this character. Applejack. And let's give it to Spike for what he did in the end. That was Batman right there. Using your environment in a way that nobody else would think of.
Yeah. Well, he was pretty much Robin.
I want to give him the Batman award. Because that was just great.
Well,
that was great.
Again, he's the Robin of the group. Robin becomes Nightwing if you're looking at the first one.
Okay, so he's Nightwing. That's when he became Nightwing.
Yeah, Humdrum is Nightwing pretty much.
I've always looks like trash talking Humdrum through the whole episode, and it turns out he's Humdrum.
Right.
And he stepped in 2 buckets.
Yeah. Metaphor for how he was feeling.
Well, you know what? Rocky might know a thing or two about buckets.
Yep.
Anywho.
Yes.
I enjoyed this episode a lot. I don't have a terrible lot to say about it.
Why did the book disappear at the end?
Because it was magic.
Like, where are all these random open endings going?
Magic.
That pony of that shadow pony at the end of Castlemania.
Oh.
And the comic book here.
Maybe they'll show up in season 5.
Maybe. But yes, great episode altogether.
Yeah, it was great. I just don't have a terrible lot to say about it.
The comic book shoutouts were awesome, and I can definitely tell that you really need to actually be in those fandoms to catch most
I
of
do
these.
have to bring something up. Since when does Twilight wear that hat when she sleeps?
Yeah, that never came up before.
Giant hats!
Enough jokes from that.
When they come up, I will make them, but I will not force them.
Man.
But yeah, seriously, where did that hat come from? And who wears a hat when they sleep anyway? That's something I've never understood in all the time I've seen it in old shows and old cartoons. Who wears a hat like that when they sleep? Did anybody ever do that?
No idea.
Is it to keep your ears warm or something?
Maybe.
I mean, it makes sense, but...
I mean, think of it. Most of the heat escapes from your head and your feet.
Yeah.
And cold winters.
Well, my blanket's tall enough to cover my head and my feet. Oh, and there was another thing I wanted to bring up.
What's up?
Oh, man, I actually can't remember now. There's the hat. She was wearing that hat. Oh, when, all of a sudden she's got these new appendages. Does that make it difficult for her to sleep at first?
Actually, Equestria Girls covers that.
Huh.
Yeah, Equestria Girls does take place in between, and this season actually does make a couple slight side references to the movie, even though it's not considered canon.
Like, how am I supposed to sleep with these?
Hmm?
I'd have to wonder if I grew 2 new arms, what would I do with them while I was sleeping?
Yeah. What if you grew wings?
I wouldn't be sleeping, I'd be flying. I wouldn't sleep for days. I'd just be in the air
You'd probably be exhausted after using your wings for that long.
Worth it. I would probably fly to your house and knock on your window and say, hey, check this out. And fly up. What would you say to that?
Cool.
I think you'd be more like, I hate you. Why not me?
That too.
And you gain the ability to shoot magic out of your fingertips.
I'd shoot you down.
You could try. I'd be too fast.
I'd shoot you down and try and put you into a science experiment that actually proves the existence of angels. Or mutants.
Demons. Come on, if anything, I'd be a demon.
What, you'd grow the spontaneous bat-like wings?
Well, yeah, they'd be
then
bat-like.
you wouldn't be able to fly, you'd only be able to glide, and you'd have to...
But let's just say for all intents...
You'd have to climb up to a pretty high place, because are we considering that your bones went hollow during this process?
Yes. Let's just say for all intents and purposes...
So all the bone marrow just literally left your bones, went to your back. Like, how would these wings suddenly spawn?
Magic! Look, it's not important. It's not actually...
I don't know, because Twilight had to die to get her wings.
That's true. Maybe I died. And came back as a demon.
Twilight died and got her wings. She's an angel now.
Oh, that put a dark spin on this. What if she's actually dead and they're all just seeing her?
She's in heaven. She's in her perfect life.
Or what if she just sees them and they just pretend to see her? Let's get off of this. It's getting more and more depressing.
Before we turn this darker than it needs to be, as we always do.
Well, back to the episode. It's not as bad as Fluttershy. I'm sorry, Fluttershy. It wasn't my fault. It was his.
No, it was Rena's.
Well, you brought her into the vlogs, didn't you?
Hey, she invited herself over.
True. Oh my god,
I can't help it. I do the same thing to her.
And that was while I was passing out that I remember that vividly. That whole discussion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Fluttershy.
It's not even up yet.
It's just like the tail extensions thing. Like, if she heard about this, it'd be the same scene. Someone would open up, Angel would open up the door, she'd be crying, Angel would slam the door in their face.
Oh, God.
See what you've done? You made Fluttershy cry. Are you happy?
Yeah.
You are, aren't you?
And who originally said you don't make Fluttershy cry?
Me? I think we both said it independent of each other. Pinkie Pie? Huh.
And you'll see something interesting later.
But anyhow, back to this episode.
And by the way, for those of you who can't see, I was actually, eating cookies that are almost gone now.
Well,
I was nodding, saying yes before he said interesting.
Those cookies are delicious.
Yes.
But I don't have too much to say about this episode aside from I did enjoy it. There wasn't a lot of big stuff. It was just a fun episode.
It was a fun episode. A lot of these are just random little stories. They're not even doing the whole lesson thing unless, well, of course they are doing the lesson thing, but...
What if Celestia and Luna were sucked into the comic book too? What would their powers be?
The writers.
You just see them at the top of the comic like, hey, we can edit this. Is that Twilight Sparkle? Let's give her all the powers. No, don't give her all the powers. That'll make her too strong. It'll make the comic book boring.
Alright then, what should we do? How about this? We make Spike save the day.
We make the village stronger. Celeste's just staring at Luna with like an angry face, like, really? What? There has to be a challenge or it won't be fun. I really feel like Luna would be the one who's like writing the comic book like that, like it has to be a challenge and they have to have weaknesses, whereas Celestia would be the one who's like, no, give them every power!
Oh no, Celestia does seem to play kind of that same card with Twilight though.
Yeah. She tells her, I don't know.
Not give her all the power, just like give her a challenge. Because think of it, she straight out said, your friends cannot help you save the Crystal Empire. And the lesson was about self-sacrifice.
Yeah. But, I don't know, I still feel like that's how it would be. That's how I choose to see it in my own head.
I guess.
Put the pen down! Give it back! And then it would probably be like, a sister argument. Give it back! No!
Yeah, so how many different comic book franchises do you think exist in the Ponyverse there?
7.
700. Well, let's see. What would DC be?
PC.
PC?
Pony Creators.
Marvel? Marvel.
Marvel.
Dark Horse.
I don't think there's much we can do with that.
It's already done.
If we had to change it.
I think we would do worse justice for it.
Yeah. Dark Horse. What else is
We
there?
can't do any more injustice for it than just keeping it as Dark Horse.
Except the picture wouldn't be that scary. The picture would be Nightmare Moon.
Yes.
Dark Horse.
I think that's already a logo out on the internet. I wouldn't doubt it.
I feel like if Luna saw it, she'd be like, do they really have to keep putting this out there?
Could you imagine if Dark Horse actually did pick up doing one comic of My Little Pony?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious and horrifying all at once.
They'd probably include the Fluttershy
I
moment.
think I have a couple. Yep. I got the Hellsing series up there by Dark Horse.
Yeah. But,
Most of my stuff looks like it's Tokyo Pop, though. Tokyo Pop, Shonen Jump, bit of Oni Press.
Yeah, I don't have much more to say about this episode, though, but...
It was fun.
Now I want to see the video of Luna and Celestia trying to write a comic book. No, we have to make the main character really, really strong. No, then there won't be any weaknesses. It'll be boring. What are you talking about? He's the hero. He has to overcome personal obstacles. You should know that. You trade Twilight Sparkle. I don't care. It's my universe.
It's my fantasy. Let me do what I want.
Give me the pen.
No.
Give me the pen.
No, Luna.
And then they'll just go on from there to a big fight.
Shoot lasers at each other.
Lasers. Well, that's great. You cut another hole in the castle. Are you going to keep bringing that up?
Anyway.
Yeah, that's enough science. That was great, though. I have to say that was great.
They'd be the Stan Lee and who else is what's his name? Guy who co-wrote with him.
I don't remember. Not that deep into comic books.
Yeah,
I mainly just know the characters.
Either. Yeah, I like the lore. I like the concept.
Yeah.
But
it's Stan Lee would come in. We can all write this comic book.
Alrighty, ladies. Pulled out a pen. Let's get to work.
You'd probably end up taking over. This was supposed to be our comic book, and you ruined it.
Too bad it's Marvel
Comics now. Stanley Pony?
Actually, I could imagine the logo being the two Alicorn sisters.
Yeah.
Well, the two royal sisters.
Everybody loves your comic book, princesses. It's not our comic.
I'm convinced.
Excelsior.
Actually, I'm pretty sure if you actually look up an OC Stanley, you'll find
I'm doing it right
plenty
now.
of that. I'm not surprised. So, anything else to say about this episode? Yep.
It's a whole scene. It's the scene. You haven't seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2, have you?
Nope.
We'll have to put the picture up when we put the vlog up. It's basically a picture of Stanley in the Amazing Spider-Man.
I'm just gonna upload this raw, honestly.
Oh, in The Amazing Spider-Man.
Kind of saving the energy for other projects.
Yeah. In The Amazing Spider-Man, Stan Lee's cameo is when Spider-Man and the lizard guy are fighting. They come slamming through the door. He's got headphones on. He's on the computer and doesn't notice any of it. The whole library is being destroyed behind him. A rock flies at him while he's not looking. Spider-Man catches it and they're gone. He doesn't notice any of it. Stanley has the best cameos.
Yeah. Except
All right,
for
ladies.
Princess Bride too.
Let's get to work. You're just kind of taking over here. Yep. And you can't say anything about it. They hired me because you were taking too long to write it.
Yep.
Yep. Why are you here? I don't know. Walks away.
Art assistant.
I'm the assisting art director.
Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if Big Mac was into,
Or probably writing. Because he's a genius, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm the store consultant. Really?
Yep. I was the one who originally wrote these books.
I think the two of you can leave now. I think we got it under control in here. How's my Big Mac? I think it's pretty good. I think we got it under control in here. We were supposed to write the comic. This is all your fault! That's probably where it would end. But anyway, we've gone way off subject
we went
here.
way off the subject, but we kept it on comic books, which was just what this whole episode was about.
And I think it was a funny scene if we could actually see it.
Uh-huh.
Because, we never see Luna and Celestia actually interact outside of public situations. They gotta fight sometimes.
Yeah, you only see Luna and Celestia really interact with Twilight and Company.
Yeah.
And Twilight's family.
I would love to see a whole episode just about them and how they interact in the castle.
Because think of it. Actually, outside of the main six, particularly with Twilight, who do you associate Twilight with outside of the main six?
Celestia.
Celestia, Luna, Cadence, Shining Armor,
Yeah.
Spike, and Trixie.
Trixie. She's ridiculous. The one scene I'll always remember with her is as she's running away, she slips and
The only
falls.
characters you could relate her to, you could actually relate to her without the main six being a connection, is the royal family.
Now I connect Discord to Fluttershy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But really,
You
I'd
mean
like...
Shutterfly?
Yeah. I'd like to see a whole episode where they just show Luna and Celestia and how they interact in the castle. Because I can't imagine there aren't at least a few fights.
Oh, there's plenty of internet shorts.
Did you put...
The fandom went nuts already on that idea, so feel free to look them all up.
I will. Luna, did you finish the milk? Yes!
Because think of it like this, you'd be able to see stuff that I've already seen like a dozen times.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got nothing else to say about this episode.
We didn't really talk about the episode. We went off on our own tangent, or fangent, if you will. If you can dig it.
Call it that.
Tangent?
That's a disgusting sounding word.
It is. We went off on a... fan tangent. That's all I can say. Fantangulous. That's a adjective.
That's a bad one, too.
Okay, fine. We went off on a fan tangent.
It's the ear wrong. Dude, just leave it.
Fan tangent.
Next one is bats.
Yeah!